Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the introductory part of law of contract. In India, we have Indian Contract Act. This Indian Contract Act is completely based on the English law where there are few provisions we have adopted as it is like the main part, the ingredients and the content or the essentials of law of contract. Today in our this class we are going to discuss the introductory part of law of contract. So at first, when we are talking about the contract in our daily routine, in each and every day from the morning till evening, we entered into various kinds of contract. Like in the morning we have newspaper, we have milk, and we purchase various things, vegetables, and the various things we purchase from the market daily in our daily routine. All these things are part of law of contract without knowing that we are entering into a contract. At first, what is a contract? When we are talking about the contract, the definition is mentioned under Indian law of contract under section 2H, which is talking about what is law of contract. An agreement which is enforceable by law is a contract. So, contract is basically made of two things. The first thing, agreement, and second thing, enforceable by law. Okay, so there are total two things, agreement and enforceability of that agreement by law. At the same time, now the next question is, what is an agreement and what is enforceability by law? The first thing, what is an agreement? Again, in the same act, the definition of agreement is mentioned. It talks about a promise or a set of promise forming consideration to each other is called agreement. Okay, so if there is any promise or set of promises, there is a series or a sequence of various promises, a promise or a set of promises forming consideration to each other is called agreement. So there are two important parts of agreement, promise and the consideration. Next question, what is a promise? Yeah, we know what is a promise. We use this particular term various times in our life. Yeah, I promise you to do this, to do this. But in a legal language, there are two things required for each and every promise. The first thing, there must be an offer. And the second thing, there must be an acceptance. So, offer and acceptance means a promise. Okay? So, offer and acceptance make a promise. So, if there is any offer from one person and the other same thing is accepted by the another person, the accepted offer becomes a promise. Okay? So, now the consideration. Consideration is a kind of thing in lieu of a thing. If I purchased a newspaper in 2.5 rupee or a 3 rupees or a 4 rupee, that 4 rupee is a consideration for that newspaper. I purchased vegetable from the market. It means I am paying something. It is on a price. Okay, when I am talking about the contract, I am giving something in lieu of that particular property, particular service, okay, particular goods, particular immovable property. So when we are paying something as a consideration, it becomes a part of contract. So if there is any offer, the offer is accepted by the another party, there is a consideration, it becomes an agreement. Again, there are various agreements, and each and every agreement is not a contract. If there is any agreement which is enforceable by law, only and only that contract can be the contract. Okay, so enforceability. So if there is any offer, there is any acceptance, there is a consideration, then it need not to be a contract. Okay, all these things, all the ingredients are present here, but at the same time, it is not a contract. For example, I offer X. Okay, he is required. I am ready to pay 50,000 rupees. If he kill X. Okay, so I am paying 50,000 rupees to A, and the offer is accepted by that person. Okay, so I offer something to A, the offer is accepted by that person. Okay, and 50,000 rupees is a consideration, and for me the killing of that particular third party is a sufficient consideration. But it is such kind of contract is not enforceable by law. That's why I cannot say that it is a contract. Okay, because it is illegal, it is against the law, it is against the provisions of law, it is against the IPC. Okay, so it is just an example I discussed with you. So firstly, the agreement. Second thing, enforceability by law. Enforceability under law. There are various things, various agreements which are not enforceable by law. For example, I am just giving few examples like social agreements not enforceable by law, religious agreements, family agreements, political agreements. These are few examples. Okay, so first, in social agreements, there are various customs in our society, different castes, different classes, different persons, different group of people, different communities. Okay, they have to follow that particular custom, that particular rule which is prevalent in their society, in their part or the community. Okay, so it is not necessary if a person is not fulfilling such kind of custom. For example, in few areas, Mrityu Bhoj, after the death of a person, a kind of feast is compulsory, and a person is not ready to give that particular meal to the person of the society, and at that time the other persons who are from the same community, from the same society, they cannot claim. Okay, because it is a kind of social agreement between those persons. Okay, and we cannot fulfill such kind of agreement through the court, and this is called social agreement. It is completely based on the understanding of those person, those community. Okay, so it is not enforceable by law. So there is an agreement, there may be an agreement, but it cannot be a contract. Okay, the religious, at the time of exam or at the time of other occasions, we used to go to the temple, to mosque, to church, and we pray to God ki if I got this many months, if I got such kind of business, if I got certain rupees, certain increment, certain promotion, I will complete a particular Savamani, Raj Bhog, anything in that particular temple or church. I will do this, I will do this. Okay, if I got this. So such kind of promise between the God and a person. And suppose a person, I go to the temple and I pray to the God if I got first rank. Okay, in a particular examination, I will complete a particular Raj Bhog in the mandir. Okay, I got first division, and after getting good marks, after getting first division, I am not going to fulfill my promise. The other party, the pujari of the temple, cannot claim against me that you pray to the God and now you got first division, first rank in the exam, now you have to fulfill your promise. No, he cannot do so, because it was just an agreement and he cannot compel me to do the same. Okay, family agreement. In our daily routine, daily life, a husband promises his wife ki on the occasion of Diwali, I will give you a necklace of gold, and on that particular occasion he is not able to fulfill his promise. The wife cannot claim. Okay, until and unless there is an intention. Okay, intention to enter into a contract. We will discuss in detail such kind of points. And the political, at the time of election, our politician, our great politicians, they promise that if I got the particular vote and I won, I will win the election, and I will complete so many acts which is required for the society, for the public. I will do this, I will do this, and after getting up that particular position, he is not able, or he is not doing anything. We cannot claim, because there is an offer, there is an acceptance. We give our precious vote to you, and now you are not taking care of you are public, okay, who make you wrong, okay. In that situation, that we cannot claim such kind of rights against that politician, okay. So enforceability under law means there must be an intention to fulfill that promise, and the promise is must be enforceable under law of contract. We will discuss this concept in the section 23, okay. Now after discussing all these points, there are few ingredients or we can say essentials of law of contract. I'm going to mention one by one. There must be two parties, okay. Second, there must be offer, there must be acceptance from the other party, consideration, and enforceability by law. So these are the basic or the basic essentials or the content of law of contract. In our next class, we will discuss one by one. Thank you.